Once again, Real Madrid has sabotaged Barcelona, proving just how much influence it holds in football. Florentino Perez has crushed Joan Laporta's hopes of cashing in on the controversial Barcelona versus Villarreal match that was set to take place at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The decision to move a La Liga fixture to the United States, aimed at boosting revenue, was not well received by many players and unions. Even Frenkie de Jong opposed the idea. "I don't like that we're playing there, and I don't agree with it. It's not fair for the competition. I don't like it, and I don't think it's good for the players. We always complain about the crowded calendar and too much travel. For clubs, this is about expanding their global brand. That's probably what it's all about. I understand the reasoning, but I wouldn't accept it, and I don't agree with it," said de Jong. But what drew the most attention in this controversy was Real Madrid's alleged influence. The club reportedly didn't like seeing Barcelona getting too close to UEFA. Did Florentino Perez use his white hand to block the match? What was Thibaut Courtois' controversial response to Laporta? How did the players and unions react? In this video, we reveal everything that happened behind the scenes, details you haven't seen yet. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. The idea of taking La Liga matches abroad isn't new. Since 2018, La Liga president Javier Tebas has dreamed of expanding the league's presence in global markets, especially in the United States, where European football has millions of fans and, of course, huge financial potential. But it was only in 2025 that the plan finally took shape. The Spanish Football Federation approved the proposal in August and sent it to UEFA. On October 6th, UEFA granted approval, citing loopholes in FIFA's regulations. UEFA still expressed clear opposition to holding domestic matches outside the home country, arguing that it threatens the integrity of the competition. However, due to FIFA's lack of specific rules, the organization has been reviewing its framework since 2024. UEFA gave the green light as an exceptional case. I believe that, aside from a few small formalities, it's practically done, and we'll be able to say that on Saturday, December 20th, an official La Liga match will be played in Miami, said Tebas in his speech. Laporta was quick to express his excitement about the opportunity to bring Barcelona closer to its American fan base through this La Liga initiative. "We are looking forward to reconnecting with all our fans in the United States, and we thank La Liga for the opportunity to engage with one of the club's key strategic markets. We've been visiting the country for many years and have always felt the passion that FC Barcelona inspires. As a global club with millions of followers around the world, this opportunity reinforces our commitment to international fans, especially in an important market like the US. An official match in a city like Miami, which has a large culé community, will undoubtedly be a great spectacle with two top-level teams competing." During the General Assembly, Laporta stated, "We're not overly enthusiastic about the Miami issue, but we must take part in everything. The limits are set by the football board and Hansi Flick. Playing the Super Cup in Jeddah is profitable for the club. It brings in money just like Miami. There will be revenue in Miami. Villarreal and Barca will be the main beneficiaries. The American market interests us. The tours have been very profitable. It gives us the opportunity to add sponsors and boost our image. Interest in the US is growing. This is generating new sponsors. The NBA wants to come to Europe and either partner with the EuroLeague or create its own league. There's a growing interest in European sport. The thing is, we've stopped making money, but we're not losing money. We'll offset that with Montjuic and the money from the Miami match, which wasn't in the budget. La Liga still has to provide us with detailed information about Miami's revenue." However, Laporta's joy didn't last long. Florentino Perez was the man behind its collapse. But why Miami specifically? La Liga's revenue, €3.3 billion in 2023. Premier League, €6.1 billion. US market, over €100 million potential fans. Partnership with relevant sports, global commercial rights. The motives are purely commercial. Javier Tebas, the visionary or perhaps the controversial president of La Liga, sees the US as an untapped market. "We want to bring football closer to global fans without neglecting local ones," Tebas said in interviews. La Liga has struggled to compete with the Premier League in broadcasting and sponsorship revenue. Playing in Miami, a city with a huge Latin and tourist community, could attract billions in new deals. The partnership with Relevant Sports, which manages UEFA's commercial rights, is key. They're promoting the event as the first official La Liga match on US soil, with tickets going on pre-sale October 21st and general sale on the 22nd. For Tebas, this is globalization. More visibility and more money for clubs like Villarreal and Barcelona, both dealing with financial struggles. Yet not everyone is against the idea. The Getafe manager refused to criticize the decision, saying he's open to innovation. I respect everyone's opinion and won't judge anyone's point of view. I have my own, and I'm open to anything new and innovative. But decisions like this must always take into account the views of everyone, players, coaches, and most importantly, the fans. Arnau Tenas said, "We're all in this together. I don't have any problem with it. The main issue is playing far away, but we'll prepare the same way." Marc Cucurella and Mikel Merino also shared their views. Merino, now playing for Arsenal, supported the move. That's where all competitions are heading, like the NBA or NFL. I don't think it's bad for La Liga or Spanish football to showcase the quality of our league, as long as everyone agrees. Cucurella added, "It could be a good thing. You're taking the show to another part of the world so people who can't travel here can experience our league firsthand. But not everything is glamorous." Tensions have exploded. The main criticism, a lack of consultation with captains and players. The Spanish Footballers Association called the decision disrespectful and lacking transparency. In August, all 20 La Liga captains, including Barcelona's, signed a letter opposing the match, arguing that it distorts the competition. Villarreal loses the advantage of playing at home, and Miami will be a neutral Camp Nou with a majority of Barca fans in the stands. The players reacted furiously. Speaking to Teledeport, Real Madrid captain Dani Carvajal openly criticized the decision. "I think it's a clear distortion of the competition, meaning not all La Liga teams are competing under the same conditions. I believe it's essential that we, the players, clubs, and the league itself, remain fair. We must defend fairness, and I don't think this is fair." Ceballos was caught on El Chiringuito's cameras at the Movistar Arena while watching Real Madrid's EuroLeague basketball game. When asked about the Miami match, he initially replied with irony, "I was just talking about it with my girlfriend. It's clear that La Liga is manipulating things." Athletic Club goalkeeper Unai Simon added, "Villarreal and Barcelona are prioritizing money over the fans. It hurts supporters and distorts the competition. It won't be a neutral field. More than half the stadium will be Barcelona fans." Ronald Koeman also lashed out. "The clubs will profit from this, but I don't agree with playing a league match in Miami. I understand other clubs disagree too. It makes no sense. It's ridiculous." Frankie gave a good explanation. "It's not fair. Villarreal versus Barcelona is always a tough away game for Barca, and now they're playing on neutral ground. There will be more Barcelona fans in the stands than Villarreal fans. That's not fair either." Real Madrid goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois said, "The Miami match distorts the competition. It's easy to compare it to the NBA or NFL. They play lots of games and all teams vote on it. Here it's the opposite. La Liga does what it wants. It also violates the players' agreement. We're supposed to play home and away. Going to Miami is not the same. Villarreal is a tough team at home." The revolt grew uglier, sparking unprecedented protests. On October 17, 2025, players across La Liga paused for 15-30 seconds at the start of matches in solidarity. During Oviedo versus Espanyol, La Liga's broadcast censored the moment, showing only aerial shots of the stadium. The AFE released a statement, "We protest against the lack of dialogue and coherence." Barcelona coach Hansi Flick admitted, "The players aren't happy, and neither am I, but it's the league's decision." During the Barcelona-Girona game, players from both teams deliberately stopped play for the first 10-15 seconds as a form of protest. Real Madrid formally contested the decision to hold the game in Miami, arguing that it undermines the integrity of the competition since Barcelona would not play at Villarreal's stadium. Xabi Alonso said, "My opinion is the same as 2 months ago. We're against the match because it distorts the competition. There wasn't unanimous agreement to play it on neutral ground, and no consultation was made. The protests are positive because they show what many clubs feel. We oppose unilateral decisions like this. It would be acceptable only if all clubs agreed, but that's not the case. Our position remains the same." After all the controversy, it seemed club officials would finally meet with team captains to hear their concerns and reach an agreement. However, according to Sport, the situation escalated after that meeting, involving the captains Barcelona and Villarreal, was cancelled. The meeting was meant to address players' concerns about the event, but no representatives showed up, which the captains saw as a lack of respect. La Liga proposed new dates, October 21st and 22, but they clashed with the competitive calendar, fueling even more frustration among the players. Since August, players had already been criticizing the lack of transparency in the process, led by an external company and later submitted to UEFA and FIFA, all without consulting them. Although Barcelona and Villarreal expressed interest in dialogue, the meeting never took place. Despite the backlash, Javier Tebas has remained firm in his mission to expand the league's presence in the North American market. Days later, in an interview with Mundo Deportivo, Tebas once again defended his idea of taking La Liga games abroad to strengthen the brand, already anticipating the controversy that would follow. Once a year seems to me a reasonable way to promote the competition and to respect the fans we have all around the world. What needs to be done is to regulate it. One match per league, so no one has a problem. That would help the competition face the American leagues we're up against. Europe is an incredible continent. We're full of American fast food, we have no major European tech companies, and football is the one great thing we have. And now we're saying, we won't play a game that breaks with tradition. No, this is about promoting that tradition. We brought language, universities, culture, architecture, and even bullfighting. And now it seems they want to take something from us. Days later, La Liga's plan to stage the Barcelona vs Villarreal match in Miami was cancelled. The decision by Relevant to withdraw from hosting the game in the US caught Javier Tebas, Barcelona, and Villarreal completely by surprise. The move came after strong opposition from players, fans, and unions, but Real Madrid also played a major role in what happened next. A few days later, it was revealed that Real Madrid had appealed to Spain's Higher Sports Council, CSD, to block the decision, and had also sent a letter to CONCACAF escalating its efforts to stop La Liga's so-called Miami plan. According to Cadena SER, Real Madrid wrote directly to the CONCACAF asking it to prevent the Villarreal vs Barcelona match from being held in the United States. Although UEFA had already approved the fixture between Barcelona and Villarreal, the game still required final authorization from CONCACAF, since it would take place within its territory. Real Madrid was reportedly prepared to use every possible means to ensure the match stayed on Spanish soil. RFF President Rafael Lauzan defended the idea of playing abroad, arguing that it was a way to reward international fans who follow La Liga from Asia and the Americas. He said the decision aimed to promote Spanish football globally, comparing it to Serie A's plans to play games in Australia. Lauzan also revealed that there had been an agreement in place to take the Women's Super Cup to Miami, but that project was blocked by Real Madrid, the only club to oppose it. We even had a financial deal to host the tournament in Miami, but one of the teams said it didn't see that happening this season, Lauzan explained, referring to Real Madrid. He also pointed out that the Men's Super Cup in Saudi Arabia has already generated 51 million euro in revenue, emphasizing that international competitions are expanding the reach and prestige of Spanish football. Following the cancellation, Barcelona released a statement saying it respects and accepts the decision, but regrets the missed opportunity to promote La Liga in a strategic market like the United States. The club highlighted the strong support of its American fan base and expressed disappointment that they would not be able to witness an official match in their country. Laporta reacted to Real Madrid's opposition to the proposal by saying, "We're already used to it. The Miami issue was fully agreed upon with La Liga and Villarreal. We see it as a great opportunity to bring joy to Barca fans in the United States and to strengthen the club's image in an important market." When asked about the institutional relationship with Real Madrid, Laporta replied, "It is what it is. Real Madrid is free to do whatever it wants." At the World Football Summit, Bayer Leverkusen CEO Fernando Caro said he did not believe UEFA would approve such an idea, though he respected the Spanish decision. He added that something like this would be unimaginable in Germany, where fans hold significant influence over club decisions. "I'd like to see an end to the war between Real Madrid and La Liga. It makes no sense. In the end, La Liga belongs to all clubs. Both sides should at least make an effort to talk," Caro said. Unfortunately for him, tensions between Real Madrid and La Liga only deepened after the match was cancelled. Why was it cancelled? La Liga president Javier Tebas had an answer. Tebas took to social media to harshly criticize UEFA and Real Madrid, whom he blamed for influencing Relevant's decision to withdraw from the project, citing uncertainties generated in recent weeks. He accused European football institutions of using political and media pressure to distort the sport in the name of competition integrity, and of influencing referees and officials, a veiled reference to Real Madrid. Despite his frustration, Tebas praised Villarreal and Barcelona for their commitment and professionalism in supporting the project. "I want to thank Villarreal CF and FC Barcelona for their commitment and generosity in being part of a project that aimed solely at growing our competition. They weren't thinking of themselves, they were thinking of everyone," In a tone of disappointment, Tebas said the cancellation represented a missed opportunity to globalize Spanish football, accusing critics of holding a narrow-minded provincial view. He concluded by reaffirming La Liga's commitment to sustainability and competitiveness, declaring that Spanish football must look to the future with ambition, not fear. Things didn't go as Laporta expected, and as always, Real Madrid somehow got involved. Thibaut Courtois harshly criticized the Barcelona president for his comments after the match against Girona, in which Laporta suggested that recent refereeing decisions against Barca were the work of a white hand. I think Laporta says that about the white hand because he has to, due to the Negreira case. I've never felt that referees favored us. Quite the opposite. Referees are human. I don't think we've ever been helped by them. Are you sure about that, Courtois? Right after the 1-0 win over Juventus in the Champions League, Courtois didn't hold back and celebrated the game's cancellation. I'm satisfied. It didn't make sense to do this without transparency because matches should be played at home, as I said yesterday. It's common sense. If something like this happens in the future, all clubs must vote together. Everyone needs to agree. If La Liga and its brand are strong and you believe it's the best league in the world, there's no need to go elsewhere to play. You should fill your stadiums and improve other things. Financial fair play is fine, but in the end, many clubs are selling their best players just to comply. It's not normal that in September some teams have to perform miracles to register players. That's the first thing that needs to change and improve. That's what pre-season is for. There are other things to work on to improve the league's image. You know, Courtois was taking a jab at Laporta when he said it's not normal that in September some teams have to perform miracles to register players. Meanwhile, the president of the CSD, Rodriguez Uribes, criticized how the attempt to move the Barcelona-Villarreal match to Miami was handled, stating that the decision should have been made through dialogue, transparency, and consensus among clubs, players, and fans. He emphasized that initiatives like this require clear rules and specific regulations, something neither La Liga nor the RFEF currently have. Uribes also pointed out that the goal should be to bring sporting events to Spain, not take them out of the country. In Spain, many say Florentino Perez is furious with Laporta. According to Sport, Barcelona's recent rapprochement with UEFA and PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi has upset Real Madrid, now the only club still actively defending the European Super League. As a result, Real Madrid filed a complaint to block Barca's match against Villarreal in Miami, seeing Laporta's move as a definitive break from the Super League project. Laporta has confirmed his intention to rebuild bridges with UEFA and promote a pacification of European football, signaling that Barcelona wants to fully reintegrate into UEFA, a decision that could deepen the rift with Real Madrid. The cancellation of the match is expected to cost Barcelona between 5 and 6 million euros, but it has also reignited the debate about the future and internationalization of Spanish football. On X, fan reactions were intense and deeply divided. Among Spanish supporters, outrage dominated. Many saw the idea of taking the Villarreal-Barcelona match to Miami as a betrayal of national football and an adulteration of the competition, since Villarreal would lose home advantage and the game would effectively favor Barca. Players' unions and the AFE warned about the impact on working conditions and sporting fairness, while many fans criticized what they saw as the league's transformation into a commercial product detached from its local base. In the United States, however, opinions were more favorable. Many viewed the proposal as an opportunity to bring American fans closer to Spanish football and to see stars like Lamine Yamal in person. Sports analysts highlighted the potential for growth and greater visibility, although some warned that it could set a precedent for turning the sport into little more than a marketing show. What's your take on Real Madrid's influence in the decision to cancel the match? And do you support La Liga's expansion to other countries?